Yo, what's up, guys? This video is going to be a little bit of a different take than some of our previous videos. Normally, we talk about like ranking stuff, power rankings, or duels, but for this video specifically, a friend of ours who plays on the Discord server MOXIES sent us a replay and he said, "Hey, can you guys review this? Give me some advice." This player MOXIES, he's a well-known player, isn't he, James?
Yeah, MOXIES is a pretty good Go format player. Has won an FLC tournament recently on the Discord and done well in some other tournaments too. So yeah, they've been doing really well in Go format recently. Just starting to pick up Edison format, which we love to see. Yeah, just trying to give them some advice.
And if any of you guys want to send us your replays because you think they're cool, you think they're interesting, and if you guys like this type of video, let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff too. Also, if you want to join the Discord, play games with us, we'll leave a link to that in the description of the video. So let's hop right into this.
For sure.
Did we see if MOXIES won rock, paper, scissors? This is important.
Well, I mean, assumedly we're gonna know by who goes first. So
yeah, this is true. This is true. Okay. And we know this is the player you played against in the cash room as well. Yeah.
The role, it seems.
Okay.
Yeah, who also I think is kind of newer to the format. So
but he's a powerful player as well.
Potentially they're like, yeah. But I would say they're, close to as good as each other at GOAT. So if they're both coming to this and have some decent fundamentals in mind, then that seems like a good match.
It does carry over well.
I know MOXIES is playing the fairy deck that you have a lot of experience with, Keegan.
And perfect.
Well, we're going to see the sixth card, but what would you be looking to do with this opening hand?
So this opening hand, in the dark, I see my opponent has 41 cards. And I always...
Sixth card.
Sixth card? Okay. Let's see the sixth card here. Okay, it's Herald of Orange Light. Okay. So this opening's pretty good. My opponent has 41 cards, and I know this is like... It's like not a great assumption, but it's a safe assumption to assume that 41 cards means gadgets or gladiator beasts.
Okay.
The reasons behind my logic in that is... It's a lot of like anecdotal experience. A lot of people who play 41 cards generally are on Gladiator Beasts or on gadgets. And those two decks in particular aren't looking to draw like a specific power card like Future Fusion. So they don't care so much about the consistency of their overall hand as much as just the makeup of their hand. This opening hand against gadgets and Gladiator Beasts, I would play fairly similarly. I would set one of my monsters. I don't think I would summon it. The reason for this is I'm a little nervous about Murmillo. I'm also a little bit nervous about main deck Smashing Ground from the Gadget player deck. With that in mind, I'm probably looking to set Shining Angel because I'm probably looking to get a DD Warrior Lady, I think.
Okay.
Or maybe... It depends on what they do, but DD Warrior Lady is really good against the gadget deck,
right?
And Dimensional Alchemist,
the option to do that,
yeah. Whereas
rather than
Nova Summoner can only get
in defense mode.
Yes. Now there's some consideration to heralding if they summon a gadget, but not really. I think the only instance in which you're going to herald here is if your opponent does something crazy, but it's pretty low chance. I think for a starting trap, you can either lead on Bottomless, Book, or Typhoon. You can lead on any one of these. I like setting Typhoon, Book. I don't think the Bottomless...
You would set both Typhoon and Book?
Yeah. I don't think I would set Bottomless Trap Hole yet.
I'm kind of thinking I might just set Angel Typhoon here, but...
I would set the Book
Angel
too.
Bottom. Okay.
Bottomless...
Why do you do that? Just out of curiosity.
I want to save the Bottomless for later on, especially if it's against gadgets or glads. I want to catch something a little bit more serious. You always have Herald in case they do something super broken, like try to make a Gazeris turn 1 or whatever. I like setting Book. Well, maybe you don't need to set the Book, but I do like setting Book because if they have a low back row hand, like if they just set 1 and they swing their guy into you, you can I don't know. Maybe you don't set Book here. Maybe it's Bottomless Typhoon. But you want to set a reactive card and the Typhoon if you set the Typhoon at all. I think you're
Really, I'm pretty avoidant on setting two there, but either way, I mean, I think we can sum it up as setting Angel is probably the preference, and then
yeah.
you got to set some
Yes.
combination of background. Obviously, that's kind of vague, but like I'm kind of in favor of either just setting the bottomless or just setting the MST, and you're saying more to set two.
Yeah,
He ends up
I
setting
said
both.
two. I said two
to
here.
to me, when I first watched this, I was like, oh, I wouldn't set two there. But it's interesting that you say that, and the fact that we just spent so much time on that first turn play, like it actually does make sense though, because I mean that's where there's sort of like the most open decisions to be made, and that's sort of where you dictate how the flow of the game is going to go. And a lot of people fuck it up. So I think that like, especially in Edison format, when like setting off your initial flip or whatever and not losing to whatever they do is so important. I think it's like really, really important to make sure you're being really accurate on whatever you do first turn, which a lot of people fuck up.
Yeah, yeah, totally. I think it's when you have access to all six of your cards, so you have the
Yeah,
most decisions to make.
exactly.
Later, once these cards get traded off, you're going to have fewer decisions to make, and so the plays are going to be a little bit more
Totally.
straightforward. Let's go ahead and move forward to the opponent's turn. We're gonna get a glimpse into
Mm-hmm.
what they're playing here. Um,
In
we
my viewing, I believe it is not Gadget or Gladiator Beast, but
Oh, you've seen it. You've seen it. So it's not. But that's just like I'm looking at this as someone who's never watched this replay.
yeah.
I'm not looking at the hand. Oh, now I know it's a set
I don't
Ryko.
really remember what
But
happens beyond that. I'm pretty sure he's not playing either of those decks.
yeah, I don't know about blind typhoon here. But generally, when I blind typhoon, I hit the first set. There's a
I
reason
mean, that's
behind this.
it's always just a 50-50 though. I mean, like
It is
I
always a
I don't
50-50. But I do always hit the first set. This is a
I'll keep that in
good
mind when I play against you.
yes, this is a good thing for people who play against me. This is some info. But I always hit
Yeah,
the first
I'll
set.
take that. I'll put it in the spreadsheet.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Hold on. Let's see. So the draws a second book. I'm like
not great.
100%. I'm 100% just attacking with the angel here. Now that I've seen a set card, I'm like
Even though it could
thinking,
be Hoplomus.
yeah. Even though it could be Hoplomus, I'm still cool with that.
I guess you could kind of herald it or herald the Murmillo that comes out if you really wanted to. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I'm
I
cool
agree
with
with
that.
Flip Angel and attack for sure.
Yeah, I flip angel and I attack here.
Because I'm
There's not
and
much you
just to
lose
be
out to. What's up?
just to be clear, like I'm not quite as hardcore on like, oh, it's definitely gadgets or gladiator beasts, and even after that turn one, like seeming it's definitely not likely to be gadgets, and even glad seeming a little less likely to me.
Yeah,
But anyway,
main deck Starlight Road is an interesting one for sure.
yeah, for sure.
Both gadgets. To be fair, both
So
gadgets and glads. This here is definitely a
the
mistake.
summon, right?
This is a
Yeah,
huge mistake. Yeah. So you are dead to torrential, dead to mirror force here. Well, you're not dead, but it's like
yeah.
it's pretty bad,
You
and it
know,
also
I
cuts
said
off your own
something.
herald.
I said something in the chat because I was kind of surprised. It's like Mirror Force and Torrential are both legal in Go format, so I was kind of and I've noticed Moxies playing around those cards there, so kind of surprised that they just went in with both these. And I think they said something like, all their and again they're still learning, but they said something like all their guys were so weak that they just felt like they needed to kind of clock, but it's
No,
like
no, that's a terrible play. You want to keep the fairy in
yeah, I
hand
mean
for
it's like the
herald.
same concept
Yeah.
applies. It's like you're still losing to the same cards, and
Well, this is actually just killing one of the cards in your hand, straight up.
yeah,
And
and
it's
yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Your herald's no longer live,
yeah.
and like your guys have a low-ish attack stat, I guess, but at the same time, it's like it's not like you're like the clock is still like 3 or 4 turns, so it's not like
This
that
is
additional
yeah.
pressure is gonna get there necessarily.
The only way that this even makes sense is if you specifically read bottomless Raikou, which is funny because
Or like
it's probably
Morphin
gonna
Jar.
yeah. Or but if you read Morphing Jar, you would set a card first,
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah,
and
or maybe just
you
want to
would
herald
keep
it
yeah you
anyway.
would keep the herald yeah. So I don't think that this
Right.
is a
Anyway, so
yeah.
he
Anyway,
decides to go in, just risking those two. It sort of works out, but
it sort of works out. I think
like
this
even
is
now, it's like if you're just popping if Raiko just pops the back row, then like you're kind of leaving yourself open to like a brain Caius or
yeah.
stuff.
This is really
And
really
Raiko's
really
usually
risky
gonna
play.
pop the back row
If
too.
this
That's the thing.
if this play ends up losing the game, I would not be surprised because this is the type of play that could end up losing the game for the fairy deck. That's how like
Yeah,
I feel like
mean,
it's pretty
you have to be
nuanced.
pretty precise with all your cards in this
Yeah,
deck. So and
yeah,
so the Mills kind of confirmed that he's playing Cat, right? Or some kind of
yeah. him hitting the monster,
Brain guy.
him hitting the monster makes me a little concerned to set another back row.
Why do you say that?
Because he would hit the back row if he didn't have
But
ways
he
to
set
deal with
road
that,
and
right?
then trap turn 1, so it doesn't you. I mean, that makes me think it's a little less likely that he has storm. But I mean, I understand what you're saying. It is an odd play for him to hit the other monster, and
It
maybe
would
that
I
does
would I
say
would
something
probably
about
still set the book, but I would
right.
think twice about it. I would like definitely hesitate a little bit about
I
playing
mean,
it.
that makes me think that he doesn't have something like a spy or a hamster or whatever in hand.
Something to wall
That's
out
all.
these
That's the
angels is what you're
conclusion I would
saying.
draw. You know. Yeah.
Yeah. This rescue cat is gonna walk into this bottomless.
We think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So.
the only thing that stops this right now is like my body is a shield, right?
Yep. I think we can move forward a little bit quicker just to.
Yeah, let's just do that. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It catches
Okay.
it. I mean,
Okay.
makes
Catches a
sense.
catastrophe. Okay. And then Gores is
Draws
the draw for turn.
fours.
That's a pretty good draw.
Kind of not great draw. Oh, I think it's not great.
I think it's pretty good because like the way you're losing this game ever is if your Shining Angel dies, and then you have Gores, and then you're winning again, so you're fine.
Okay.
I think this is
All right.
this type of deck, this fairy deck.
I mean, it's an insurance policy, but I guess I would
Yeah.
just rather have another card that I could do something with, you know?
Like there's not much here. I guess like drawing Dimensional Alchemist would be pretty good. I like
Yeah,
there's
or another angel or whatever.
but even then like do you want to summon Dimensional Alchemist here? I guess you know they don't have Torrential Force.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
whatever. So they have the Avarice, I mean, because overall, like, you do have these two reactive cards that are going to be a little dead, the orange and the
Yeah.
Gores, and the books are
Interesting.
not super great either.
So blind Typhoon, do you book your Angel here? I'm
The
book.
brain is gone, so
Yeah.
I guess I would, though, maybe to Catastor or something. Like, it's not like I'm gonna get Nobleman, so.
You're not gonna get Catastor. The Catastor's gone. They don't play two.
Oh, it got banished. Sorry, I thought he put it back with average.
Yeah. No.
So I guess no. Is there a good reason to do that? Like, take less damage from like a Doom Caliber or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be the only reason, really. Yeah, I think I do book it. I think I do book it.
Yeah, I think it doesn't matter too much either
No,
way.
no,
But
it's
I
a
think
it's a
Book might be a
slight
little better.
it's a slight improvement. Yeah.
Yeah, because either loses to mind. This is rough, right?
This is rough, but he can chain Gores, right?
He does, but is that like that good? That's the thing. It's like
Well, he can't make an Arcanite. He's forced to what? Black Rose?
yeah, I think that might be what happens. So yeah, he does.
Yeah. Okay. Let's check it out.
Do you think there was any merit to setting the book the turn prior?
I think. Wait, no. He. Okay, hold on. Yeah.
No, they
he
do it
realized. Okay, they do it right. Was there any merit to setting the second book?
The turn prior.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Like
some.
if you already were pretty sure that you didn't have Storm. I don't know.
Yeah, but
doesn't-
him hitting the creature would make me really hesitant to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
You
The
got
ha-
another book.
This hand's pretty good now though, because you've got no, the draw was Angel. The draw was Angel actually.
Oh, whoops. Yeah.
Yeah, so you draw Angel, and Angel book it plays into every back row, except specifically Torrential. Is that what he has? No, he's Solemn. Oh, okay, except that too. Yeah. I wonder if he Solemns
Yeah.
the Angel.
I was kind of thinking about that too. I mean, a low resource situation, that Angel could beat you down. So, but if he has any, he's drawing pretty. I guess what's the opposite of drawing thin? Drawing thick, to Hamster and Spy and a bunch of different stuff that can kind of Sangan even is fine. So I don't think I would Solemn that.
Yes. Of course. I think the Fairy deck can play a lot more passively. This is not a great draw here. You don't want to get into these top decking situations without a Haymaker as the Fairy deck. You don't want to.
What are you referring to as a Haymaker, like a Christia?
Christia, Soul of Purity and Light.
Right.
So like you want to have your Haymakers in low resource situations.
You set the Solemn here, right? After you attack?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wait, do you set the return or no?
No, it is dead.
Okay.
And
sure,
the Typhoon's gone. So
Yeah.
I mean, they're not gonna blind.
Yeah.
You have no reason to like
Cover absorb.
cover your Solemn. Yeah, unless of course there's like a Raikou or something. So now you drawing Christia here is pretty good because you have 4 fairies.
He has 3.
No, he has 4 if the
He has
Shining.
3.
If the Angel dies, he
Yeah,
has 4.
3 if the Angel does.
Yeah. And he has Solemn to back it up. So he's in a pretty good
Seems
spot.
pretty good. And so you swing into the face down here. I mean, I think I would swing too. I guess I don't really see much point in waiting, and like hitting the Raikou nice.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
I guess you could solemn the flip of that if you wanted to, so maybe waiting is okay. But this is definitely kind of the worst case scenario. It also
Oh,
confirms that he's
that's really
playing
interesting.
Flamebells.
Yeah, Flambells.
So it's like Flambell Cat, a
Yeah.
deck that is a little less common nowadays. But now the Christia is live.
Yeah, the Christia is great here. You got Solemn to
Yeah.
hit one of the back rows. I don't know what the other one is. Oh, it's Solemn, and then Book. Yeah, oh, you're in a good spot. I mean, the Book hits the Raikou, and then there's that.
So,
But it,
Christia comes down here, obviously. What are you targeting? Angel, obviously?
yes,
Or Nova, whatever.
Angel, definitely.
Angel. Yeah.
Angel, definitely. Yeah. And then I'm also putting the Angel into play.
Yeah, totally.
I'm definitely
I think
summoning
that
it.
is a so Solemn. That's it makes sense to me.
Yeah, then you get
Put
the
Angel
Angel.
into play.
Yes.
And then what do you see? This I think was a misplay.
Why?
Christie attacking the Raikou?
Yeah, why is that a misplay?
Why wouldn't you just Christie attack the hamster and then Angel attack the Raikou?
Interesting. This
What-
is
I mean, what would you
oh, I guess it's not lethal. I guess it's lethal either way.
Oh, right.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, it is lethal either way though. Huh.
I would just rather have cleared the thing.
I mean,
Oh, well,
he
I
has
keep
to book
thinking-
he has to book the Raikou, right?
Well, maybe doing it in the other order. Maybe Angel attack first is fine, but because
Yeah,
like,
this
if
is
one
just a
gets de-prisoned,
mistake. Yeah, this is just a mistake.
if one gets, it's one. But I think I said it wrong. Like I said, Christie attack first. Like if he has deprison, then
The Angel is
being able to game through that is good. But
I think Angel attack first on Raikou is the correct play. I think
it doesn't matter though. 'Cause,
Archler
I mean, either way.
attacking Mega Hamster first plays around Book better. Angel attacking Raikou plays around Deprison better. So you pick, basically.
Yes.
It's a 50-50, and you've
Right,
already
it's a
you
pick,
haven't
but-
seen
but
any
you're still threatening
prisons.
game. So
Yeah, you haven't seen any prisons, you haven't seen any books. Book on the Raikou is a pretty nasty play.
that's what happens.
Yeah, especially here because now the Angel can't really connect. I don't
Yeah,
attack with the
and
Angel. I do not attack with the Angel here.
Right.
That is just
yeah. See, that's
just a mistake.
That's
yeah.
what I was thinking too. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
you know that this deck plays spies at this point. You've seen them milled. Although, wait, are there any targets left?
Yeah, there's a Descendant.
No, is it ascending great?
No, just 2 spies.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't attack there. Like
And Descendant
the chances that it's the
kills you.
second or third Raikou are pretty low.
You actually just
well, I
died,
guess it's the
died
same.
Descendant, right? I'm pretty sure this is Oh no, you don't die to Descendant because you have Book of Moon. Okay, that's what I was a little worried about. I was like, okay, you have Book of Moon. Again.
Are we wrong about not attacking there? Maybe you should attack there.
Why would you attack there? Like, let's say it's Spy, right?
Because it's more likely to be the Raikou than another spy. This 2 spies are good.
That's true. Interesting.
Could be Sangan though, so it's kind of equal, like Sangan Raikou versus spy.
That's an interesting one. That's something I would have to think about. It would be different game to
Yeah.
game. Yeah, but
Then
that
he
was
has the wave and we just lose.
Yep. Well, he doesn't.
So-
He doesn't actually
so
just
wait,
lose.
wait,
That
Audrey-
was a premature concession, wasn't it? Because he was at 2,900, and he only has 2,600 in play, right? Or did he? Oh, he took 600 off hitting the spy, so he was at 2,300. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
he was lethal, yeah. Okay,
So-
I missed that, yeah.
Also, so what would we say the main problems were that game?
That game, I think the biggest thing was summoning the second recruiter. That's something you definitely you don't need to do that, generally speaking.
Yeah, it's a little hard to say that like lost in the game necessarily, but like that definitely wasn't a very good play, and I personally don't think setting the 2-turn-1 was a great play either. But
Yeah.
and
Sideboarding.
then maybe the sequencing stuff at the end. But
Yeah. Also, like
yeah, what are you siding in this matchup? As fair.
you have your second Royal Oppression, which is pretty good. You have Consecrated Light, which you don't want to bring in here. You have Thunder King, which is pretty good. Cyber Dragon's also pretty good. So you've got at least 4 cards you want to bring in. It really just depends on how much you want Dust Tornado. I don't think Book of Moon is very good in this matchup. So I would side that out.
Yeah.
I'd bring in my Cyber Dragons and the Thunder King, and I'm trying to think what else I side. I think in my current list I have Nobleman of Crossout in the sideboard, and I would bring that in for sure.
Yeah, Nobleman makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. So
Oh.
probably those 6 cards.
So some combination of those cards seems pretty good.
I'm definitely siding out Gores.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else I side out. I don't know. That's a rough idea. Let's continue with the match. Again, another set recruiter start. No setting of the Mirror Force, which is interesting. Now
would you have set the you set the angel there? I think that makes sense.
Yeah, I would have set the
force. Yeah, because he plays Fire Dog too.
Yeah, I would have set the force.
Yeah.
It's
I feel that.
It didn't pan out that way, but I would have set the force. This is an interesting setup, right? Do you go DD Warrior Lady attack here? Because that's what I do.
Yeah, I think so too, right?
Yeah, I go DD Warrior Lady attack. It turns on your Dimensional Alchemist.
I mean, you flip the angel, right?
Yeah, of course. Because if this is whatever, you can honest over it. If it's a spy, you can honest over whatever the other thing is. And if you go spy, get Descendant, then you can crash the angel and get like another DD Warrior Lady or something and continue down that route.
Sure.
Yeah.
Totally.
So I think this
makes sense to me.
Yeah, this is a mistake. This is a clear mistake. Again.
Yeah, I mean, like hitting Sangan there, even hitting the hamster. Like, yeah, you just want to make the alchemist in hand live. You don't really want to go fishing with the alchemist very often.
Yeah, and like as you saw from the last game, the other dude is not attacking your recruiters. Like you're not gonna get them very often to die by battle. Yeah. The best use for these recruiters against people who don't like to attack them is crashing them. So holding this Shining Angel for a later turn, when let's say you draw Christia and you need to put a couple more fairies in the grave, you can hold your recruiter as a way to just like snap off a few fairies in the grave and then you can drop your Christia. Whereas like playing it here, like there's a lot wrong with this, but that's one of the reasons. And then he didn't attack the Raikou, which I don't understand. Why?
Yeah. Why you don't want to give him the tribute fodder for the Caius, right?
Also, yeah, like also you attack the Raikou, it lets you set your Mirror Force, which again has been fucking you.
Yeah, because even this is pretty open.
I mean, the Raikou's hitting one of your recruiters no matter what, but now you're just letting them have the body for no reason.
Yeah, that's just like the other stuff is a little more contextual, but this is a pretty clear misplay.
This lets them make Catastrophe too, which makes your board look laughably bad. So
laughably bad.
Laughing
at the board.
Like why? Yeah, definitely attack there. Definitely. This is brutal. This is brutal. Yeah, that's what happens. Ooh, and the Nobleman a turn too late.
So what do you think about the Alchemist here? I don't really get it, Can't you just set Warrior Lady, set Mirror Force?
I actually think you attacked Warrior Lady into Mega Hamster. Set Mirror Force. I think you banish the hamster.
Don't you want to save the force for
what?
Like if you can get away with Catastrophe attacking the Warrior Lady, you just banish the Warrior Lady that way, and you get to keep the Mirror Force. Isn't that better for you?
I think the Mirror Force is gonna catch. You can use the Mirror Force to catch the Catastrophe, and then like this hamster's gonna take a card from you. At some point, it's going to.
Yeah, but I'd kind of rather it.
And the DD Warrior, and the DD Warrior Lady.
I mean, it's like I don't think you need to answer it right away.
That's true. The reason I see this brain, it makes me think like at some point you're going to be able to deal damage, like a lot of damage. So clearing defenders now is not a bad move, and then using the Mirror Force to clear all their stuff.
Play a little more passively and hope they extend into the Mirror Force. Like that seems fine. And even if you just end up you can always do the DD Warrior Lady thing the next turn. Just flip the DD Warrior Lady, attack the hamster.
That's probably fine too. I think both lines are fine. I think this is.
I don't think this is a good play.
This is like, do I randomly mill a monster? Which you do have odds to do that, but if you don't, then it's just like, what the fuck?
And it's still banking on the Mirror Force result.
And it's also banking on like no Caius, no Black Rose, no anything. Yeah. Like this is just the.
Yeah, I mean that's why I like force Warrior Lady, because it's like
he did hit a monster.
They have Misty or Storm.
Yeah. He did
But
hit a
here, if they have the
monster.
Mysterious Storm, you're just kind of boned. Like even
I
getting back the
also
Angel is
don't
pretty.
set Nobleman here. Don't set it
Yeah, I
here.
don't really know
Yeah.
why you do that.
Yeah.
You're just hedging against MST, I guess, but Storm
Yeah.
is just so much worse.
Yeah. I
But now
also
you're actually like okay, right? Like I feel like this is actually okay position. If you go summon Warrior Lady,
if you
flip a
knock,
Nobleman.
yeah. But have you seen
Yeah,
Mirror Force or Torrential? I guess it doesn't matter because you have Alchemist, so you
yeah.
don't mind.
I
Yeah.
would just now do what you said: banish the hamster with Warrior Lady, attack direct with Alchemist. Just try to put some pressure,
This was a good
and you'll.
play. I think summoning the Warrior Lady first, then
Yep.
knocking was a good play.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. He does. He should have Raikos in his deck, so he probably needs to
Yep.
banish those. Yeah.
He
I'm
is.
assuming. Yeah. And that's really good for your Alchemist too. Lets your Alchemist get back a Raiko if you need one. That's another
Yep.
reason I like Knock in this deck is if you hit a Raiko, it's not like that bad for you. Actually, it's pretty good for you. And
Yep.
it gives you more guys for return, I guess.
No,
Setting
you did have the MST.
setting brain control was weird.
Yeah, I don't really understand why.
Because you have honest, like you don't need to bluff anything.
Like you
You're
don't want it to
chilling.
get MST'd,
Yeah, you really don't want it to get MST'd.
Now he does this
And now you're
attack
just
attack.
and you're down bad. I mean, this is an interesting one. Do you make Stardust or do you make Colossal? I would have actually made a
I don't
Colossal
know.
here, but that's
Well, now
we're talking about it.
do you attack with Alchemist here,
Yeah.
or do you just set pass?
No, I attack. I for sure attack.
You
And
want to clear it?
yeah, I just want to clear it because I need my oppression to be good, and Stardust negates oppression. Do you get what I'm saying? And if this dies, then
Sure.
I get back one of my busted guys, or not busted guys, but like Flame Tongue Kabus. So it's like, um,
15 under attacking.
well,
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
yeah, you get what
I
I'm
think
saying?
honesting a little more aggressively here is fine.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's
because
better to just like pass with it in hand.
the only thing you're really, really worried about is Flamville Fire Dog. That's
Yeah.
that's gonna screw
Well,
you.
I mean, summoning any other thing that's like like an Airbellum or something just to swing over and bait the honest is like kind of bad.
Yeah.
So I think that attacking first is good.
Yeah, that's a good play. I think
And the suppression could, in some world, like walk and win the game.
yeah.
Are you attacking here? You know there's no more Raiko.
I only see 2 Raiko are gone. So that means that they have a Raiko in hand.
Oh. Wait, that kind of confused me because I thought that. I don't know.
Yeah. So I do predict Raiko here. But
Okay.
it could also be a mix-up spy. I don't know. I think it's really risky to attack. I think I want them to Raiko my back row, if possible. So I'm gonna set the card first. If I attack, I'm
You
gonna
would set no attack.
I would set if I was gonna attack. I would set first because I need my Dimensional Alchemist here. If your Dimensional
That's
Alchemist, dies and you don't get an effect, you're down bad.
Yeah, you're probably gonna lose
Yeah, so I
because
would.
you already lost a lot of monsters. Yeah,
Yeah.
set first.
That didn't work out too well, and this means there's probably a Descendant coming down, but that's okay for you because Descendant pops your back row and you can chain the bottomless, right?
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah. Okay, so he says I can use
I
priority.
think he
So
didn't wait.
this is he
I think
didn't
he
wait.
didn't wait for him to target.
This is something that you just gotta. This is practice with the format. It's just like a simple like play error, not a big deal.
Yeah, because
Here actually
to explain more, like he can use priority with the descendant, but he still has to target. So if he targets the bottomless, you chain it, and then you get to keep your oppression rather than like you use the bottomless. He knows which one's not bottomless, then he targets the other one.
Yes, here actually, Herald of Orange Light's a tuner,
Right.
which is something that you can make a Goyo Guardian and you can take the Gravekeeper Spy, which is
this is something I specifically brought up to MOXIES too because I feel like this is like one of the more clear-cut misplays in this video.
Yes.
And what he said was when he looked at the extra deck, he saw Goyo had one Earth Tuner, which is the errata on Goyo Guardian, which is not what is played within Edison format.
Okay.
And,
okay.
at some point we can maybe make a video explaining
the
erratas, which there are really not too many of, but this is one of them. Goyo and Brio, both synchros, like that.
Most decks play those
Goyo
cards.
Is any tuner, not necessarily an Earth one, and so you could have made it here with a level 4 and a level 2, despite them both being light.
Yes, and then even then though, I still prefer making a Brownic and attacking over the spy. Leaving the spy in play.
That's probably true. Yeah, sure.
It's very bad for you. Yeah.
Another
any tuner, yeah. This should just be game, right? This is lethal.
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, another thing you could do here is you could get back a fairy to turn on your Herald of Orange Light, but it doesn't matter because this is, I
Yeah.
believe, 4,200
It could have
points.
mattered if I mean, yeah, there was not really a way that it was going to
There's not
matter, but
really a
yeah.
way it's gonna matter. Yeah. That was an interesting game. I don't know. I don't know if those misplays ended up costing either game. I'd have
Yeah,
to
I was
really
gonna say
watch
something
this in
like that
depth.
too. Like I don't know, like when the cat deck draws like brain mind control stuff, like
with
you know,
Monk, like, and you
and
don't.
resolve their averages,
I do
like,
think
and you don't have a lot of defense.
I actually do think that this game was lost on the misplays. I think the first game was lost either way, but I think this game, all of those little things, losing all those cards in those fashion, attacking with the wrong thing, summoning the wrong thing, like getting value out of your Dimensional Alchemist is how this deck works, right? Losing both your recruiters on that one turn was so bad. Because if you had a recruiter in these like kind of lower game states, you're in a great
Yeah,
spot. Yeah, you're in a great spot. I think even just to have something for your Herald to like negate these stupid spies, you'd be great. Um,
totally.
yeah,
I mean, it just goes to show you, I guess, that like, even though it is luck based to some degree, like I don't know if I would say one player got like significantly luckier than the other in this game, but like, at the end of the day, you're still trying to maximize the chances for you to win. You're still trying to like minimize the amount of luck that can be done to you. So all these little things do add up, and I agree with you that, I can't be like, oh, you Moxies definitely would have won, but I think they were winnable in a sort of general sense.
yeah. I also think that another thing that I want to mention before we close out of this game is that Book of Moon against Rescue Cat is not the best pick. I think it
Right.
is. I think it is something you can definitely side out. Anyway, that was an interesting game. Thanks, Moxies, for letting us kind of pick apart your play and talk about this match. Um, if you guys like this type of video, let us know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys later.
Peace.
Peace.